Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Rukak, this is Jam Day Warehouse, and I'm going to try to make this one short and sweet. So, on Dual Brain MtG's video today, he talked about the anatomy of a failed set. And he talked about pain lands and why he thought that the pain lands were included. But I think I have a better answer. See, I think we all know that the pain lands were kind of a whiff for Dominaria United. But it's fun because just a couple years ago, when Pioneer was announced, we had one set of pain lands, the enemy pain lands. Yavimaya Coast, Shivan Reef, Land War Wastes, Battlefield Forge, and Karplusan for it. Was it Karplusan? No, not Karplusan. Caves of Koilos, I believe, actually. So the enemy ones were the ones that we got for Origins. Well, ever since Pioneer became a thing, people that are in the Pioneer format have been begging for the Allied pain lands because they are just head and shoulders better than a lot of the options that you have for lands in Pioneer. You have like the weird Gavany lands over in Shadows over Innistrad where you had to reveal a card from your hand. That is so helpful that 70% of the time it's going to come into play tapped. You had the fast lands from Kaladesh, which are probably the best ones, let's be honest. You had the slow lands from Battle for Zendikar, which you're not really fetching lands. So why do you care about a card that you have to basically has to be your only dual land? Have to have two basics for it to work. Dominaria, on the other hand, had some very good Pioneer lands because as long as you have another of the type, so you can play another dual land that has both types, and you're golden. You can play any basic, and you're golden. They're excellent. You have the ones, I think it's the rest of that cycle that was in Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt, which that whole cycle is amazing. Then you get like Scry lands, which are weird. Fetch lands are banned. What else do you have in Pioneer? Pain lands are very important to that format. On top of that, pain lands are considered a mid-tier land. They're at the top of mid-tier because they make the colorless, which enables a lot of your Eldrazi-tron stuff. They never enter tapped, and they both have a way for you to take advantage of being a dual land and avoid taking damage for it being a dual land. It's considered a upper mid-tier dual land. And in Dominaria, back in 2018, they used an upper mid-tier dual land cycle to help draw in more excitement for what would eventually be a legacy staple set. Like this is one of the storied sets. So you have a upper mid-tier dual lands that the community is clamoring for, was climbing in value, this should have been the home run set, but I think that they should have probably put these on the bench, like put them in their back pocket, and then we got a set that people aren't expecting much out of, like maybe when you go to Ixalan, you put these in there. Put in the Allied set and really work on those ally color tribals. Like that's what they had back in Ixalan. Oh, God. Ixalan, we're going back. Oh, God. That's a whole nother video about my intense distaste for that horrible set. But we already know that Karplusan Forest coming in to the Pioneer format made Red Green Stompy a thing overnight. I think the Allied lands, once Brothers War hits and we get the rest of them, are going to break Pioneer wide open. I'm glad we have them. I just wish they had gone with a better set of dual lands or create brand new ones. We're talking about a war against Phyrexia. The Phyrexians are sleeper agents. Why not lands that enter the battlefield tapped unless you get 2 poison tokens or 2 poison counters? Why not do something like that? By doing that, you can make it to where they're limited to only playing a certain number at a time. You take away their basic land types so that they're as fetchable as any of these. Although, oh no, that's for Commander. That's not even main set. I was going to say, we do have a way to turn all of these fetchable, but that's only in Commander. What a disappointment. But, honestly, I don't hold Wizards for this one. I think Wizards was very selective when they chose the Pain lands. And from their perspective back then, this looks like a home run. I'm not going to fault them for this. I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, Wizards just wanted to give us the cheap lands. No. They wanted to give us the lands that we asked for. And like a bratty 5-year-old, they give us what we want, and we look at that plate and we think to ourselves, this isn't what I ordered. Like I said, I think this would have gone over a lot better in Ixalan or some other trash heap of a garbage plane where we have no expectations than Dominaria United. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am Rukak, this is JM Day Warehouse, and have a good evening.